According to lawyer Gordon Eduji Tamakulu, also on the end of the Mami Torkono, but take a step to ECOWAS. But one may assume say ECOWAS, there were terms and conditions. A bini then, term and conditions they say, oh, assemble lower court, and I say appeal court, then you shouldn't come and seek for redress while all pending case in court. That means Torkono affili one condition. 2. Opa says Torkono complain say case or they call ECOWAS. ECOWAS Community Court. ECOWAS Community Court. That is the same case High Court, which is related to human rights. Say violating right. It's according to the terms and conditions to meet at ECOWAS Court. Mami Torkono is not meeting it, and I say we violate it, and I say she can't meet the condition because 1, the condition means don't have case. And you can say a year assembly or lower court, and a appeal court, and a high court. Meanwhile, the case out there called a year ECOWAS court in Nigeria. So our case same now high court. A year Attorney General Akroma afale say yen dismisses our case. Ain't no oh my what kind article? Because I know they kind madam because I'm not paying a may or too long. Say Article 146 clause verse Article 161. Ain't no Article 161 now. The church say the president is acting according to a year the law. Article 146 into Article 146 I say where a petition has been referred to a committee under this article, the president may in the case of the Chief Justice, acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State by warrant signed by him, suspend the Chief Justice. B. In the case of any other justice of a superior court or a chairman of a regional tribunal. Okay, you can see Article 46, 14610. Actually, say, Omampenyin from the committee, obey me as suspended the Chief Justice. And the Chief Justice has the right to act to serve the public as a Chief Justice and violate because you are suspended. I was going to see a year. I didn't as a Chief Justice the ECOWAS court terms and conditions she couldn't meet because of a year as a more lower court and the high court statute.
Article 14610. Okay. According to lawyer Eduji Tamakulu, if you before you head to the ECOWAS court, 2 things you must do. All matters you have at a local court that is in relation to the matter you sent to the ECOWAS court must be dealt with locally. So, for example, the Chief Justice has filed a human rights application at the High Court that has not been dealt with yet. It's still a matter pending at the High Court. Then I believe she might have a substantive issue at the Supreme Court. I believe so. Well, we have lawyer Godwin Tamakulu back on the line. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, far better.
Everything you just read.
Yes.
What does it say?
No, 2 things. 1, the hearing should be in camera. 2, the president may suspend the Chief Justice, be acting on advice of the Council of State.
When the framers put the word suspend, they meant removal. When the framers of the Constitution put the word suspend, the president may, acting on the advice of the council, suspend. They meant effectively remove.
But going back to a press conference, she also said that she's been hearing in the media people say that there's a grand attempt to remove her.
Attempt.
Yes. In fact, he says that it's political.
Were those provisions set aside? But those pleadings, the Supreme Court effectively dealt with them. Or if you read a logic example, reasoning on the best issue, Justice Stanco's response are meant for the political. Is that not right?
Page was a question you asked some time back during the beginning of this whole Chief Justice matter. You asked whether she will be happy with the kind of is it jurisprudence or justice delivery system she has superintended over. If she faces it, will she be happy with the outcome? Now that was a rhetorical question. Looking at the Chief Justice's conduct, is that question being answered for you?
I think importantly for me is critical. Like I said, if you have been the head of the justice delivery system since 2023, that's almost 2 years, right?
Yes.
And you are so not happy. Because you see, it's important to make this point. It would have been different if it's a case that she's never been to court. You understand?
Yes.
This one, the concerns that she has, she's going to the highest court of the land, the Supreme Court. First, her grievances were the things litigated by, what shall I say, Vincent Akroma, correct?
Yes.
Then she herself, remember that she applied for an injunction. Another civil society even got involved. In all this, the Supreme Court of Ghana dismissed the injunction applications, correct?
Yes.
As we speak, these are the human rights court. Possibly this is what the ordinary Ghanaians have been going through. Has anything to say? So now, the judges who adjudicated upon her applications, either through civil society, through ASIC, were the judges that he had been sitting at the Supreme Court with. What has changed? I hope we all learn from this.
But, you know, typically on the bench, there are times when even the judges disagree with each other's opinion. So where she disagrees with the opinion of the Supreme Court, what did you expect her to do? If not her to somewhere like the ECOWAS court, where she feels that human rights...
Look, I am happy that she even has the opportunity to go to the ECOWAS court. That's good. How many of our compatriots, after they have had their case dismissed by the Supreme Court, have the courage to say they are going to the ECOWAS court? How many? So now, many of them go back home, soaked in disappointment, frustration, among others. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Yeah. This life, we need to learn.
Now, I'm just still looking at what the Deputy Attorney General posted. Says she has repeated the same allegations of human rights violations.
The reason why the Attorney General put that is that at the ECOWAS court, there are conditions that you must fulfill.
Okay.
Yes. There shouldn't be a pending matter of the same nature in any local court.
Okay.
Yes. It's It's a condition that you must fulfill.
There should not be a pending matter
Mm-hmm.
on the same issues in a local court.
Mm.
But as far as we understand, is there not still a substantive matter before the Supreme Court?
That's a point.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes. I lost you there briefly. You said that's the point we were making?
No, so the point I'm making is once there's a pending matter, you may fail in your action outside. Since it's a precondition, you need to fulfill. So, for instance, if you have demonstrated that the matter has traveled all our courts, do you get it? But where you have a pending matter at the Human Rights Court, even the Attorney General has filed an application to have it dismissed. Which matter is pending determination? There will be an issue.
Oh, but those are two things you're saying. You're saying first you must prove that the matter has been, you said, to the highest level.
Yes.
So,
she herself filed a human rights matter, correct?
Yes.
Has that matter been adjudicated upon?
Not as far as I know.
Just.
Okay. So, as long as that matter is at the High Court, you're saying per the preconditions you have a... Okay.
Which it is. You would have to fulfill that condition precept. Unless you have to go in this.
But
you see, me, look, let's put the politics, let's put the law, let's take your human. Hello?
Yes. I can hear you.
Let's put a few things aside. And let's, from even human perspective, human nature, social engineering, human relations point of view. You see, look, we are human beings. Now, you know my practice. Me, when I'm doing a criminal matter, I try to be as nice to a judge as I can. I try so much just to be nice because of my client's interest. You know me, I can be very, very, you've seen me advocating in court. So. But you see, when you have the liberty of your client, so I'll tell you a story. There was a time that I went to court. So that day, there's Duce was on the panel. I think he was even precise. Yeah. So a lawyer had filed serious allegations against a judge. So when the matter came and they had finished, then my lord told us a story. He said, look, when he was a young lawyer in Ho, practicing in Ho, he had a senior. And that his senior had practiced for so long. Do you get it? But from that fair, there was a gentleman who left the firm and became a judge. Do you get it?
Yeah.
But this senior always see him as this not my junior who studied law under me. So guess what? One day he said they went to court. Then his senior came and wanted something. But the judge disagreed with him and dismissed that his application. He got angry and stormed out of the court. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you. You're listening.
He got so angry and stormed out of the court. So he said in a way, Vamijo, do you get it?
Yes, I do.
As in telling Judge the senior lawyer, Vamijo, senior out of anger stormed out. Then the judge said, look, you are very lucky that you didn't follow your senior. You see, your senior is done with his law practice. Where he's gotten to in his law practice, he doesn't care anymore. He's gotten to the point where he feels he has nothing to lose. But you have just started. You don't need to keep his anger with you. If not, immediately you come to court. And we say, look, they just say, look, we are also human beings. Our wives go to the same market. They listen to the same TV station. And why? The judges, don't they have TV in their home? Don't they have radio in their home? They are human. So he was telling him. So my Lord was telling us in court the things we need to be cautious about in our law practice. And that thing, I've kept it from that time. He gave me a different perspective into the reasoning of judges. So now, look, this is not the first time an attempt has been made to remove a chief justice. Look, I'm sure you've heard of the case of Tufo and Attorney General.
Yes, famous.
Do you know the genesis of that case?
Educators. I'm not so sure.
So you see, there's a judge in Ghana called Justice Apalu. He's no more. He rose to become, at that time, the highest court of the land was the Court of Appeal. So the president of the Court of Appeal was eventually the Chief Justice.
Okay.
So you know what happened? There was then an attempt to create the new Supreme Court in 79 Constitution.
Okay.
That brought Liman. You understand? But there was a story. This Justice Apalu, when he came back from abroad, he worked in a law firm, Kwankwandiam. The person who started Kwankwandiam is Akufado's father, Edward. You understand? Who rose to become Chief Justice at a point. Okay. Now, you know the interesting thing. When the CPP government was overthrown in 1956, Apalu chaired one of the commissions of inquiry and made all kinds of findings against CPP appointees. Okay. Remember, the CPP was banned as a political party.
Yes.
Always watch tomorrow. Always, no matter who you are. Because you see, we must it is somebody's. They just give it you to keep either for 4 years or 8 years, and then they'll come back for their thing. Yes. They'll give it to you, you use it. They'll be watching you use it for 4 years. After 4 years, they'll come back and say, no, we'll give it to you for another 4 years. They can even extend it further.
Well, depending on how you manage it. But that's it. And essentially, if you read what Dr. Justice Sai has posted on Facebook, she says the Chief Justice leadership argues that by her suspension, she, quote, has effectively, those are her words, has effectively been removed from her official capacity without a final determination, impairing her right to function and serve in a position she was constitutionally appointed to.
Do you have the Constitution there?
I can get a copy.
Article 1468, Article 14610. Can you read it?
I'm not trying to get it, so.
Article 14610. 6.
My lawyers and I can come to the end of the proceedings. The evidence will show that every one of those allegations in the petitions that were given to me on 27th March is unfounded and untrue. And yet, the committee can dig up some allegation from whatever documents they claim to be having from the president, which they have not shown to me, and purport to enter a recommendation for my removal on that basis. Allow me to say that this is totally unknown in the rule of law in this country. If it was lawful, I would have no reason to alert the nation of the dangers they represent. It is the violations of law that have forced me to bring these matters out in the light of day. The final and fourth reason for this statement is that I have heard on several occasions from loved ones, persons who care, persons who may not know me beyond my public duties, and many who think that since these proceedings seem to be carefully staged to result in my removal as Chief Justice, it would be best if I just retired or resigned, rather than subject myself to an ill-motivated process. I have also received threats and veiled threats to the effect that if I fail to resign or retire voluntarily, I will be made to suffer some harm or the other. I've also heard commentaries in the media about how this process was born out of a stated political agenda to remove me and control the judiciary, and that it is a political effort that can only result in an outcome that was decided long before it started. I thank everyone who has engaged in this conversation out of concern for my safety and well-being. Let me assure everybody that I am not seeking to cling to a title or a position. However, as a lawyer of 38 years standing, a judge of 21 years standing, and Chief Justice who has served the rule of law all my working life, in fact, since I was 25, it is my onerous duty and obligation to speak up concerning anything that is extremely wrong with the administration of justice in this country.
Well, that is Chief Justice, suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Torkono. Now, and you can see on the Facebook page, Alaska has put it on our live feed. This is Justice Sai. Justice Sai, Dr. Justice Sai, actually. That is his handle on Facebook. He is Deputy Attorney General and Minister for Justice. And you can read along with me. That's what he says. He wrote on Facebook yesterday. He says, I can confirm that the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Torkono, has filed another court case, this time at the ECOWAS Community Court in Abuja, Nigeria, against the Republic. In the case which was filed on July 4th, Her Ladyship repeated the same allegations of human rights violations, which are currently pending determination before our Supreme Court and also before our High Court in respect of the ongoing removal process. Essentially, Her Ladyship argues that by her suspension, she has effectively been removed from her official capacity without a final determination, impairing her right to function and serve in a position she was constitutionally appointed to. Essentially, Her Ladyship argues that by her suspension, she, quote, has effectively been removed from her official capacity without a final determination, impairing her right to function and serve in a position she was constitutionally appointed to. Now, she's saying that this was done even though the president also has the constitutional power to suspend her if certain procedures are duly followed. She says that the president should not have touched her because she was constitutionally appointed. The president should not have, she should have stayed in position and then send a case to court and empanel the people to hear her own case. And then send a case to the High Court and tell which judge should sit on that case. And then, or get somebody to send a case. The person will send a case and she will empanel who should sit on that case. So, very interesting. But a few things from that press conference. He says, the problem is that there's an absence of compliance with all known rules of fair hearing. An absence of compliance with all known rules of fair hearing. And she says there's a flagrant violation of CI 47. Is that, I think that's a High Court rules. And then he says the hearing is being held in darkness. The darkness surrounding the hearing. That she, as a lawyer of 38 years, and a judge of 21 years out of that 38 years, she started at 25 years. She was 25 years when she was called to the bar and has been a lawyer since then for 38 years and a judge for 21 years. She cannot sit down when injustice is being done and not do anything about it. So she's moved from Supreme Court to High Court to ECOWAS courts, all in search of one thing. For me to baby, we me free. Did I speak the chair? Put me back where you took me from. Put me back. But I'm not fighting for position. But put me back. I'm not fighting for position. Put me back. So that's the Chief Justice in a nutshell. Yeah, that's exactly what she said. But we might speak to the lawyer Martin Pebu shortly on this issue. He has his own concerns, but also what does he make of? Does the Chief Justice have a germane case? Nancy?
No, I was trying to get what she took to the ECOWAS court.
The ECOWAS court.
But reading from what just I posted on Facebook, it means that it's the same things.
Yes.
It's the same things that
she repeated the same.
She's been talking about. And I want us to be clear on what her issues are. Senna. One, she's Chief Justice. She cannot be. She should be treated differently.
Yes.
I mean, one of the things she's talked about. When you read the things she's complaining about, like I am the Chief Justice.
Yeah.
You can't treat me the way you treat everybody. Treat me differently. That her family should be allowing to an in-camera hearing.
Yeah.
Don't forget that one.
Yeah.
She should not be scanned or searched.
Yeah.
She's CJ.
Yeah.
She should not be treated like any other Ghanaian.
Yes, courtesy is extended to her.
Thank you very much. That is one of the things she's been complaining about. Now, she also said that she does not like her colleagues. And that they are mean to her.
She does not like her colleagues.
Yes.
And that these colleagues are mean to her.
They are mean to her. So they should be changed. In fact, they should change the membership of the committee entirely. And in fact, they should stop the hearings. One of the things she has also been arguing for, stop the hearing altogether.
Okay.
So, because you people have been abusing her rights from the beginning, and so you should stop the hearing altogether.
Okay.
One of the things she has said. That she sees walls at Edu Lodge. Tall walls. And those walls scare her.
Okay. She's frightened by the walls.
The height of the walls, like, are an indication to her that she's in danger, sort of.
Okay.
And those walls, or the